This is Jaden's Videos, and we are back with another Fear vlog. Today is September 11th, 2024, and we are getting stuff done. A lot of today has been running around getting extra supplies, which I'll show you guys, but I will show you in a little bit that I did some lighting on that last night, and I'll show you what else I did last night. Lindy's here, and Lindy's painting. But I'll show you what I did and then I'll get to work so I'm not just talking nonstop. Matt got some stuff done too, but look at this. Pumpkin shack is almost done. I just need to do the other side, which I'm probably going to do right now. And then I'm going to get some interior walls up. But I mean, it's almost done, as in the walls are almost done for it. But like I said, I might add windows and I will probably add a roof. But the walls are almost done. It is almost a completed structure and I'm quite liking it. I'm quite liking how it's turning out. I think it's looking cool and I'm excited for it. I don't think Jackie's back's gonna go in the doorway. I think I'm gonna have an actor jump out of the doorway. I actually think I'm gonna have fence panels here, and right here is gonna be a little pumpkin patch area with like hay bales and pumpkins, and then Jackie's back is gonna go there. So, because I realize this is gonna have to be separated off from that part of the haunt, so that would make a lot more sense to do it like that. So that's what'll happen. Also, I got this thing at Home Depot, this Grim Reaper statue to go with the other monuments and statues that are going to go in the Maple Hollow Cemetery. I thought this one was really cool. We out here, September 14th, costume fitting day. There's Shelter 16. I don't know where Mac is. I have no clue where he is, but I know that I need to go get donuts or whatever from somewhere that he left them. Just want to let you guys know, we out. What the hell going on at DK Farms and Gardens right now? What the fuck?
Oh, the drone's hovering.
Oh, hell no.
Hi.
What's up?
What's up?
This is
Nothing.
Sadie.
Oh, I'm a scary face. And I was like, what?
Is that DK?
And then it just got weird.
What happened, David? Alright, so today is September 15th, and this is another part of the Fear vlog, showing a lot of stuff that's been done. That's interesting that the camera makes the facade light look purple when the orange lights are on. It's actually white, but regardless. Look at this. I love it. This is the trick-or-treat house. There's going to be more done with it, but so far I'm really liking it. I put orange bulbs on there, look very Halloween-y, and I connected them to my flicker box. Something just fell. I connected them to my flicker box, and they're flickering. Now there's different settings that this flicker box can be on. Right now I have it on the mostly on setting, but you know, I don't know if I'm going to stick with that. I might actually do that because the mostly on is pretty bright. And that's not a horrible thing, but I don't want it to be super bright. It is a haunted house after all, even though this is just the line portion. If it was inside, I would be a little more of a stickler about that. But this is the line portion, so it's not a huge deal if it's bright. I kind of like this setting. This isn't even like a short circuit setting. It's actually just supposed to be a like a flame flickering. But this set, a lot of the settings you turn, when you turn the brightness down, you also turn the effect down. With this one, it's just mostly turning the brightness down. Like, it doesn't do the effect too much. So I kind of like this one. It still looks like it's short circuiting, so I might keep this one because it's not too bright, but it's also not like the effect is still going full force. So I like that. But as you can see, I have vintage Bastille skeleton on the door there. Love it. I've got a rotted pumpkin over here. These lights are just so sick though. Like this is just a part of the facade, but dang, I'm loving it. It's coming together nicely. And then over here, the facade itself, it still doesn't have the top part, but bear with me. There is a wall behind there. Like I said, it was going diagonal. The wall is behind there, and then you can see some light inside the haunt. Yeah, it's a deep orange. Originally I was going to do a more yellowish color because I like natural colors, especially for indoor scenes. I like to do a lot of natural lighting. But the yellow, for one, is really bright. And two, there's some scenes where it just doesn't look super Halloween-y. And this is a classic Halloween theme. So I figured orange is still natural enough, so long as it's not a super deep orange. It's still natural enough. It looks deeper on camera than it is. But I have this chair and this table. I actually had a jack-o'-lantern on that table, but I moved him because I decided I wanted him somewhere else. So he's not there anymore. I'm going to put a lamp on this table with a flicker bulb to illuminate this cat on the wall. Like I said, vintage Halloween decor. Also, this is going to be like tacked up to look better, but you get the gist of it. It's going to illuminate the cat on the wall because I don't have the spotlight on the cat. There's the pumpkin. You can hardly see it. I'm not going to light this section. It doesn't need it because that pumpkin's going to be lit up and he will light it himself. So I'm not going to need to light this section. Probably going to put another Halloween vintage decoration on the wall there, and something like a picture or something next to him. But over here we got Shirley Stab, and she's the main reason I decided orange because the yellow just did not look right on her. And I mean, the orange I think still looks good. It's not, like I said, it's natural enough. These lights, let's just say they're super dirty lights. It's natural enough, I'd say. So it's natural enough and it still looks Halloween, so that's what really matters. But Shirley Stab, I think I mentioned before that I was planning to do her with her audio off because as much as I like her audio, I'm gonna have old-timey Halloween music already playing as the haunts audio. So to have that meshing with her 50s music would be kind of weird. But there she is. She actually looks really creepy here, and I'm pretty satisfied with that. I think that looks pretty sick. Originally, I was thinking of putting her right here, but I figured, you know, every year I have an animatronic in the first scene. Fearbrook Asylum was convulsing nurse behind the reception desk. Last year, Oddville was waving Wally, welcoming people in. I decided, let's switch it up a little bit and put my first animatronic in the next room. And I think she just looks better here because you gotta go down the hallway to see her. I think it's gonna creep people out, especially once I tighten this up a little bit more and make it more of a tight space. They're gonna have to go right up next to her, so I think that'll be cool. So what I'm putting in that chair is probably the Distortions Unlimited Death prop. It's not going to be an actor sitting there or anything because that'd be too much of a giveaway. In fact, actually what's going to be the case is Death's going to be there and he'll distract from an actor jumping out from this corner here. So let me get the lights on real quick so you can see this. This diagonal is done. I know that looks kind of weird at the top because this one has to be shorter because of the tent. Oh yeah, it has the roof on, by the way. I didn't mention that. Because the tent roof, it'll poke through if it's too tall. So it's got to be shorter. But in the dark, it's hardly noticeable. And no one's even going to be looking in that direction. The goal is to have them looking in this direction anyways. So it doesn't really matter too much. Speaking of walls, I mean, these backs are painted. That one is painted, though it's kind of coming off. But I kind of like it like that, makes it look more like an old house. This one I had complications with, so that needs to be repainted, and these ones, which were just put up today, haven't been painted at all yet. So that's the deal with that. The shack, did I show it? It's completed. I don't know if I showed it in the fence panel, but I will show that in tomorrow's portion of the video because those are out there, and I don't have light out there, so might as well just wait and show it to you during the day. So today is September 18th. There's been a lot of progress made. My main goal tonight is to get that top there covered up. I don't think it's going to be fully painted tonight, but it's at least going to be covered up with the roof. So it'll look a lot better. And I'm also going to cover these. I'm going to paint these Oddville stripes that are still showing through, as well as cover this up. So that'll look a lot better. But there's been a lot that's changed since you last saw this. I mean, first off, there's a bit of a door frame there. I still got to expand on it, make it come down a little bit further, but I started it. But that's not even the big thing. The big thing, I mean, there's a lot of them, but one is this. I think I showed, did I show this? I don't know. I don't know if I showed the flickering lights or not, but there they are. In case I didn't, the flickering lights on the house, I know it's daytime now, so it's a little hard to see it, but There are these ghosts up here, which I know they're cheesy, they're cheap, but that's kind of the point. It's supposed to look like a house decorated for Halloween. And right here, which people have told me to cover this base, which I will do probably with some fall leaves or something, is the bloody ghost trick-or-treater. At night, this looks like an awesome scene. I feel like a lot of people are going to take pictures in front of this as they're waiting in line. Because like I said, the line wraps around here and they're going to go right in front of it. I feel like a lot of people are going to want to take pictures in front of this house because, yeah, it's pretty sick. I'm pretty happy with how it's coming along. I'm going to put a projection in that window. I think I've already mentioned that. It's going to be Atmos Effects, the like trick-or-treat one they have, the trick-or-treaters getting chased by the monsters. Bloody Ghost Treater here. I think he looks really cool. I mean, he looks like he's at the door trick-or-treating, and one thing that's even cooler, this isn't exactly where he's going to go. He just kind of slid over right now so they can still access the door. But what's kind of cool is when you walk up to the haunt, and especially once I position him better, he just looks like a ghost from behind. But if you look over at him when you're over here, you can start to see his skeletal features. So it's kind of like a reveal that while you're waiting in the line, it's just a normal kid. And then when you get up to the haunt, it kind of transitions and you see his true self. And I think that's kind of a cool little thing. It's kind of like a foreshadowing of the haunt in a way, because it's like this all just looks like normal Halloween, and then when you finally start to get to the haunt, it starts to transition into something a little more sinister. I think that's really cool. But I have him here, and I do have his volume down because I don't like the music that he plays, but I think he looks very good, and he's very effective just turning side to side there. I really like that. Originally he was going to go like in the back alley area here. I think he works better there. He looks like he's trick-or-treating. I think I already showed these, but I did some decorating. There's still so much to do, but I did a little bit. I mean, first off, we have this witch who's slumped up against the wall here. This is supposed to be, and I'm going to get it on Amazon. I mean, I'm going to have a candy bowl here, like this person's been passing out candy. This is just a regular person passing out candy, and I'm going to have fake candy corn that they have on Amazon in the bowl, and basically, this person got killed passing out candy. Again, vintage Halloween, but it's heightened to be made super scary. So we have this vintage witch mask, and I used Spirit Permablood, which actually dried very well and glossy, especially on the mask here, to make it look like the person passing out the candy got killed. And it's honestly really creepy, especially at night. It's a great first thing to see when you walk into the haunt. Initially, I was going to have the Distortions Unlimited Death there, but I just thought this works a lot better. I really like it. I think it's a cool thing. I also have some real pumpkins here. I have this lamp, which I'm actually going to switch out for a bigger one, because this busted. The light busted in it as soon as I bought it, so oh well. As you can see on the walls, there's more vintage decor. I still have to put more, like I've got to put some down there, but right now, I'm getting it, you know, slowly but surely it's coming across, and it's starting to look like a house decorated for Halloween. I really like this guy. Also, I don't think I showed that wall was there. Maybe I did. Some more vintage decor on this wall here, and then we have this pumpkin plugged in and glowing. I'm going to have like an old-timey radio right here, hopefully a Bluetooth one, so that it can play some old-timey Halloween music coming out of it. I think that would be cool. Did I show Shirley? Can't remember. I think I did. Yeah, she looks really cool here though. Really like it. Very creepy, especially in the dark. Of course, it's daytime right now, so. But she definitely looks very creepy in the dark. Fits the aesthetic so well, and story-wise it really works because you have this dead body in the room over. Well, I wonder who killed him. I like these vintage cat banners up here, which I'm actually going to get some more of and put them up there, so I think that should look pretty sick. I don't think I'm going to do the wallpaper on this wall because at night it really doesn't matter. You won't be able to tell that it doesn't have it, and it looks corroded and old anyways, so I'm just going to leave that how it is. But I'm going to get more of these vintage cat banners and put them across this whole wall thing here. I'm going to get hopefully a grandfather clock or something for the corner, some more tables, some more decor, stuff like that. Like I said, still a lot to do, but it's mostly all closed off. I mean, these walls haven't been painted yet, but I'm going to do that tonight, hopefully. It's mostly, the house section is mostly all closed off except for right here and the side up there. But other than that, that's mostly closed off. This is a backstage area. I think I've already mentioned that, where I'm going to have my speakers and a scare actor will be able to stand. which side I'm going to change. I've decided this is kind of a waste. Using these here is kind of a waste because I would have to get more if I kept using these, and they're just on the other side of these walls. Like, it's kind of pointless. Like, I can just paint the back side of these walls and that'll work perfectly fine. So this is kind of pointless. So I'm going to take these off, and these are actually going to be used for the witch facade, since they've already got that wood look to them. They just need to be painted a little bit darker. But then these are just going to be painted brown, because in the dark it'll look like wood. I'm going to have someone do some wood grain on it for me. It'll be fine. I was going to show the shack completed last time I was here. I said I wanted to show it during the day, so now's the chance. Right here we have the ticket booth from Oddville last year, and from Winterville, the Farm Fresh eggnog stand. This year it is going to be turned, you can still see the 5 cents, but at night you won't be able to. This is going to be turned into a pumpkin stand. It's going to have a sign on it, Farm Fresh Pumpkins or whatever, and I'm going to have a pumpkin monster jump out of that, but that's exactly where that's going to go. Because right across from here is the pumpkin shack, which other than a roof is done, and a sign. I need a sign that says Jack Carver's Pumpkin Shack or something like that. So other than that, it's done. The walls are done. I know it isn't the craziest looking thing. It's kind of crappy, but that's kind of the point. It's supposed to look like a crappy rundown shack. So I like it like that. Like I said, the apple cider or poison apple, I'm not fully sure what it is yet, something to do with apples stand is going to go on this side, and that's going to be used with these giant pallets here. That should be pretty simple because I don't even have to stack pallets, because we found some that were huge and those will work perfect for that. So they're going to go on that side right there. So this is coming along. I mean, you don't know what it is yet because it doesn't have the sign yet, but once it's done, you'll be able to see what it is, and I hope it will look pretty cool, especially when I get some pumpkins on it, hanging on it and stuff. I was really going to have Jack is back in the doorway. I think that's going to be an actor scare spot. Jack is back is going to be over here, because once this is finished, I mean, these pallets are going to, these fence panels, I hope to get some more tomorrow, are going to come more this way, and they're going to block off the rest of this here, and it's going to block off basically the cemetery from this section, so this isn't as open. It's going to block off all these walkways, so it's not as open. And essentially this is going to be our little pumpkin patch, and Jack is back is going to be right there with pumpkins and hay bales all here, and it should hopefully look pretty. Now moving on to the cemetery, which I do have lighting on, but I don't know if you're going to be able to see it during the day because this is entirely outside. But I have this angel statue here, super cool. Gonna add more tombstones, of course. It's not done. Across the water there, I love that, and there's a bird on it right now. A real bird sitting on top. But that statue on the top is what I decided to go with for the centerpiece, and I think it looks sick, especially at night with it lit up. It looks awesome. It really looks like the centerpiece of a cemetery. And then across the water there you have the tombstones. I do have lights on those as well. And then you've got these tombstones over here, which also have lights on them. I think I've already mentioned Emmeline's going to be back in the corner there, and she's going to jump up to hopefully about right here, so she won't hit guests, she won't come into the path, but she'll still come right up in people's faces. I have some purplish, bluish, and green lights are what I'm going for with the cemetery. Usually I don't like to use a lot of purple lights in haunts because for some reason they look kind of off, because it's like too colorful. It's not as realistic and atmospheric, and I like very atmospheric, realistic looking lighting for my haunts. But I found a purple that works very well. It's like a bluish purple, and you'll see it when I flip the lights on here, and I think blue is a great color for haunts. I always love blue, but I don't want to go with full-blown blue in this haunt because it's classic vintage Halloween, and that's not really a classic color. I see it more of like a gothic, ghostly color. And yes, though this is a ghostly cemetery, I still don't want to distract from the classic Halloween vibes that the haunt is supposed to be giving off. And so I went with the purplish blue, which I think works a lot better, and I think it looks pretty good. Over here we got another tombstone. Like I said, there's going to be more. This is definitely not it. I'll probably have to buy some more tombstones from Home Depot, which is not a problem. They have so many great ones. But I also have the giant moving monument from Distortions. Going to have more stuff out here. So I did a few things. First thing you're going to see here is that's on the top. My dad did that, so I can't take credit for that. But yes, you'll notice that in a second. I'll talk about that. It doesn't look completely finished, of course. I'm having someone come in and paint that. and it's gonna match the rest of this, and it's also gonna have trim. So no, it's not done, but I at least needed to get it covered up so that, you know, it's closer to being done, but it still needs the trim, like I said. So that'll be worked on. Second, this isn't staying here. I actually gotta find a place to position this light, which will probably, I might just have to put a post in the ground to put it on, because I want it coming up from up above on this side, because this side is illuminated by the moonlight, so I want the lightning flash to be somewhere else. But you know, you can't have a classic Halloween theme without a dark and stormy night. This is my light I use for the Mortem Manor, and I'm so glad I'm doing a theme which allows me to do lightning again. This is the one that reacts to sound, and so I've just got a speaker hooked up to it right there, and it's giving me my lightning flashes. I just wanted to test that and make sure it looks good with the lighting, which I think it does. In here, it's very hard to see. The lighting's dim. Again, haunt lighting. I've said that many times, but yes, it's very dim, very difficult to see. But I do want to show some things back here. I did a little bit of lighting, and I also did a little bit more decorating back here. I got the pumpkin stand looking a little bit better. I actually have a few real pumpkins on there, which you can kind of see, not a whole lot, but you can kind of see them up at the top there. There's just some little ones. And then I put this orange and black bunting all around the sides, and then I got a light on it. And that light's probably going to stay there. I see no reason not to. It's going to illuminate the actor who jumps out of there. I think it should look pretty cool. It still needs a sign that says Farm Fresh Pumpkins, but other than that, the stand is just about completed. I was originally going to do it brown. I was going to paint it brown so it's not the same red as it was last year, but it doesn't really matter, especially at night. The color doesn't matter that much. It kind of blends with the light anyways, so it's whatever. Got this little vintage ghost guy out here. I put these orange string lights on the tree, and I know a lot of the bulbs are out. Naturally, some of them just went out immediately because these lights are a piece of crap, and you just nudge them and they go out. But then the other ones I unscrewed because it was too bright anyways, so I only have a few bulbs lit, but that's fine. I mean, it's a haunt. It's supposed to look like, you know, faulty wiring, and you know, I don't want it too bright. Over here, I put this guy hanging off of the pumpkin shack. I don't know if that's exactly where he's going to go, but I'm thinking he's probably still going to go on the pumpkin shack, no matter where on the pumpkin shack that is. I don't know yet. And I put this light here. Once I put a roof on this, the roof that comes out, that light's probably going to go on one of the poles that's attached to the roof, so probably right here. But just for now, I put it here. If worst came to worst and the light had to be like this, it's not really a problem. I mean, it will illuminate the actor that jumps out of there just fine. And, you know, it'll work. There's no reason that it wouldn't. So we'll see. It might change, it might not. Here's some of the cemetery lighting, because you didn't get to see this because it was daytime. But I've got this sick light on this angel statue here, which also illuminates the trees around her. So I really like how that looks. I think that's pretty sick. I don't like when things make noises behind me. It's creepy. I mentioned that I had lights on the little island over there. I moved them because I didn't like how it looked. I want something different there. But I do have that light on that monument at the top, and I think that is absolutely sick. I freaking love that so much. That's one of my favorite things I've done so far. I love it. And over here we have some purple and green on these tombstones. So I didn't get to setting up Max Draw today, but that's okay because I got a lot of other stuff done, and you know, this haunt is starting to come to life with the lighting. Of course, there's still so much to do, so much space to fill in. It looks pretty empty right now, obviously. We're still 2 weeks away. Actually, I think a little bit over that. No, we're 2 weeks away from opening night, and you know, that's plenty of time for what I have to get done. I just got to build the other shack. The witch facade needs to be put up, which that shouldn't be a problem at all once it's painted. The witch walls need to be painted so I can start working in there. Interior of the house needs some more set dressing and stuff. And the big thing, probably the biggest thing that's going to make this come to life is when all the props and decorations and animatronics can start being put out here, which I'm saving till the end since, you know, it's mostly a trail. I'm saving all that till the end. So that's really going to liven this up. And also, it's going to feel a lot more complete when I get those fence panels to block off areas. Like I said, fence panels there to block off the cemetery. Then I'm going to have fence panels here to block off the alleyway from the woods. It'll come to life, and you know, It's coming. It's a coming. We still have about 2 weeks, and I'm here working on it literally every single day, so I'm sure it's going to be absolutely perfect by the time it is opening night, and it will be Maple Hollow. I mean, that's what it's called, right? I don't know how well you can see me, probably not too well. I'll try to stand over here by these lights, it might be a little brighter. But that's going to include this Fear vlog because I want to get on to the next one. I want to get this one up so you guys can see the progress, because I realized the recent one didn't even have that much progress in it. Like, I was like, because, you know, I record these over a period of a couple days, so I'm like, I look back at the recent one and I'm like, wow, that was weeks ago. That one, even though I just uploaded it about a week ago, it's like, that was weeks ago that one actually has progress from, because it was kind of overlapping. As I had finished that one, I was recording stuff for this one, so you know, I want to get this one out so you guys can see all the progress, and then we'll start the next one tomorrow. So I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know what you're thinking of Maple Hollow. Let me know how your haunts are coming too if you do a haunt, and let me know if you're excited for spooky season to be in full swing soon here. Remember that here lies Halloween.